You probably think you don't care that much what other people think. So let's test that. I'm going to give you 8 situations. Not hypothetical personality questions, situations you've probably actually lived through. Choose A, B, or C. Go with your first reaction, not the answer that makes you look confident. Keep track of your letters. I'll give you the scoring key at the end, and pay attention to the situations where you know what you want, but someone else's reaction makes you question it. Ready? You're about to leave the house wearing something you really like. Someone you trust looks at you and says, "You're wearing that?" What happens? A. You laugh it off and leave. B. You keep it on, but suddenly feel a little self-conscious. C. You seriously consider changing. Don't choose who you wish you were. Choose you. You've made a decision you're genuinely happy with. Then 3 people close to you tell you they think it's a bad idea. Do you? A. Start wondering whether you've made a mistake. B. Hear them out, but make your own decision. C. Stick with it. They don't have to understand it. Lock it in. You post something you genuinely like. You check later. Almost nobody has reacted. What's closest to your first response? A. Maybe people just haven't seen it. Whatever. B. You notice and feel slightly disappointed. C. You wonder whether the post was embarrassing. Maybe even consider deleting it. Got yours? Now forget social media. This next one is harder. Someone asks you for a favor. You really don't want to do it, and saying yes will make your day significantly harder. What do? A. Say no politely. B. Try to find a compromise. C. Say yes, then quietly resent it later. Be honest, because saying yes doesn't always mean you're being kind. 4 down. You walk into a room full of people you don't know. Almost immediately, you become aware of A. Whether people seem to like or accept you. B. Who seems interesting and who you might talk to. C. What's happening in the room? You're not thinking much about yourself. Which happens automatically. Lock it in. Someone you care about normally messages warmly. Today their reply is, "Okay, nothing else. What happens first?" A. You assume they're probably having an off day. B. You notice the change and wonder what's wrong. C. Your brain immediately starts checking. Did I do something? Are they upset with me? 2 left. And now we're getting closer to what this test is really measuring. You've been offered an opportunity you really want. But taking it will disappoint someone important to you. They aren't stopping you. You just know they won't be happy. Which feels closest? A. Their disappointment would make you seriously reconsider. B. You'd struggle with it, but probably still choose what's right for you. C. You can care about their feelings without letting those feelings make the decision. Lock it in. One last question. Imagine a decision that affects your life. You believe it's right, you've thought it through, but your friends don't understand it. Your family doesn't support it, and nobody is telling you, "I think you're doing the right thing." Could you still do it? A. Yes, their approval matters, but the decision is mine. B. Maybe, but their doubt would become my doubt. C. Honestly, I'd probably change my decision. Remember that answer. Now let's see what your choices were actually measuring. Those questions weren't really testing how confident you are. They were testing what happens when your own preference collides with someone else's reaction. How much social approval gets a vote in your decisions. Here's the scoring key. Give yourself the points shown for each answer, then add them together. Your maximum score is 16. Add your points. Maximum score, 16. If you scored 0 to 5, you're internally guided. Other people's opinions affect you, but they usually don't decide for you. You can tolerate someone disagreeing with you without automatically assuming you're wrong. That's a strength. But your blind spot. Independence can become dismissiveness. Sometimes feedback hurts because it's useful, not because you're approval-seeking. Your challenge is knowing the difference. If you score between 6 to 11, you are a socially sensitive person. You care what people think, but you haven't completely handed them the steering wheel. Approval feels good. Disapproval can make you question yourself, but usually you can recover and make your own decision. Your challenge is noticing when "what will they think" quietly replaces "what do I think?" If your score is between 12 to 16, you are a approval-driven person. Other people's reactions carry a lot of weight for you. You may read changes in tone quickly, avoid disappointing people, rethink decisions after criticism, or say yes when you'd rather say no. That can make you thoughtful and socially aware. But it has a cost. You can become so good at reading everyone else's reaction that you stop hearing your own. And here's what I really wanted this test to show you. Approval seeking isn't always about wanting people to praise you. Sometimes you don't want praise at all. You just want to avoid something much more uncomfortable: disapproval. That's why you might say yes when you want to say no. Change your decision when someone questions it, or replay a cold message, wondering what you did wrong. You're not necessarily saying, "Please like me." Your brain may actually be saying, "Please don't be unhappy with me." And those are not the same thing. So here's the question I want you to keep. Would I still choose this if nobody approved? You don't have to ignore other people's opinions. Just make sure they're giving you information, not permission.